Hello everyone, welcome to Atazia Learning Center. Today we will learn about kinetic particle theory and states of matter. These are the learning objective or LO of these chapters. I took it from the Cambridge IGCSE syllabus. The first is state the distinguishing properties of solids, liquids, and gases. Second, describe the structure of solids, liquid, and gases in terms of particle separation, arrangement, and types of motion. Both LO are for core. The definition of matter is anything that can occupy space and possesses mass. Matter can exist as a solid, liquid, or a gas. These three forms of matter are well known as the states of matter. As shown as here, water as we know exists in the form of liquid, but it can also exist as ice or solid form, or water vapor or gas. As we want to study matter in the point of view of kinetic particle theory, we need to know what is kinetic particle theory is. The kinetic particle theory states that all matter is made up of particles and that these particles are in constant random motion. Kinetic particle theory can be used to describe the states of matter, to explain the differences in the properties of solids, liquids, and gases, to explain the changes of states, to explain the behavior of matter, in this case, diffusion. But in this video, we only focus on the first and the second use of kinetic particle theory. The particles can move in three ways. 1. Vibration, the movement of particle in its fixed position. 2. Translation, the movement of particle through intermolecular space. 3. Rotation, movement of particle related to certain axes. This is matter in solid state. If we analyze the structure of the picture on the right, we know that the particles of solid are closely packed in an orderly pattern. They vibrate. Some solid particles can rotate about their fixed positions. Why does a solid have a fixed shape? The particles of solid are held together by very strong forces of attraction. They cannot move about freely. Why does a solid have a fixed volume? Because a solid cannot be compressed since its particles are already very close to one another. The second state is liquid. From the picture on the right, we can see that the particles of a liquid are closely packed in a disorderly pattern. They can vibrate, translate, and rotate. One property of a liquid is that they doesn't have a fixed shape. The kinetic particle theory can explain this property. The forces of attraction between the particles of a liquid are weaker than those in a solid, and the particles of a liquid are not held in a fixed position. They can move freely by sliding over one another, but they are still touching each other. Another property of liquids is that they have a fixed volume. Again, the kinetic particle theory can explain this property. The particles of liquid are farther away from one another than the particles in a solid. However, the particles of a liquid are packed quite closely together. The third state is a gas. From the picture on the right, we can see that the particles of a gas are spread apart from one another. This is because the forces of attraction between the particles are very weak. They can also vibrate, translate, and rotate as same as the liquid. One of the properties of the gases are that they don't have a fixed shape. The kinetic particle theory can explain this property. The particles of gas have a lot of kinetic energy, and they are not held in a fixed position. They can move about rapidly in any direction. Because the molecule can move freely, the gaseous particles also don't have a fixed volume. The volume will depend on how big its container. In other words, they have high compressibility. This property will depend on the temperature and pressure applied to the gas. This is the summary of this lesson. The movement of the particle of solid, they can only vibrate. Some solid they may can rotate, but in liquid and gas, they both can vibrate, translate, and rotate. The position or arrangement of the particles, the solid, they arrange orderly and fixed. For liquid, they are random. The gas also random. The distance between particles, or the particle separation, the solid is closely packed together. The liquid still touching to each other, but they can slide over each other. For the gas, they are farther away from each other. Volume for solid is fixed, liquid is fixed, but the gas is not fixed. Compressibility, solid is not compressible, liquid has low compressibility, and gas has high compressibility. And lastly, shape for solid is fixed, for liquid is not fixed, and gas also not fixed. Alright guys, thank you for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe. See you until next video.